sọ̀rọ̀ láwọn ọ̀dọ́ ti ṣaṣara bàgbó pé kí gbogbo àwọn oníṣẹ́ bí ó kù lágbègbè wa ni wọ́n bá níjọba sọ pé kámórí wá ká fọrùn lẹ̀.
tá ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ Àdìó ìwọ náà sì tún pẹ̀lú ọ̀bọ jáwúra mi bí wọ́n mọ̀ pé nǹkan tíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ń sọ ni pé a lè fi nǹkan tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó ṣàtúnṣe nǹkan tí ò dáa ó dáa Àdìó láti gbẹ̀ tí wàá déhùn ṣé eégún kan ti wá yọrẹ sí babaláwo yín bí.
rárá o bàbá.
ní nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé kẹ́yìn ọ̀dọ́ tó fọn níjọba ti yàwó tùlù fún ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn pé kí wọ́n fi tọ̀gbẹ́ tààlà láti lé gbogbo àwọn ẹni ibi jáde ní kọ̀lọ̀fín wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣètò ọlọ́pàá scrodom ibi fáàbò gbogbo wa nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ náà ni ṣèjọba tó wá ṣe yùn ní òwà rẹ̀ nìràn lẹ́rù ni ó tún mọ́ ọkọ̀ fẹ́ bí.
ọ̀rọ̀ yín yé mi bàbá àmọ́ ọ̀tọ̀ ní táwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ń wíìkì.
àwọn ará bíi ti tòṣèlú bọ̀ ọ́nù nígbà àtàkùté wọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta òré ó rí wọn lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára táwọn ti ròyìn òfegè ní ibi láti sọ̀jọba gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ní súná bú ni.
bàbá kí là á wàá ṣe ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pọ́rọ̀ ọ̀sọ́kùsọ bíi náà nú ẹ̀rùn ni.
ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ tẹ́ ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ dénú náà ni kẹ́ ẹ sọ fún gbogbo òlù pé orí ìpinnu àṣà ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọlé gbẹ́yẹlé níjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ dúró lé.
ó ti yé mi bàbá mo sì ń lọ rèé fọn rere rẹ̀ náà nu. iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àṣà ohun ìrìn àjò afẹ́ tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
ọgbà tí a ṣe jiná lóde ìrànjẹ́ làwọn aláṣẹ ìjókòó tí wọ́n fẹ́ máa jẹ ọba ni wọ́n ṣe gàyà díẹ̀ ná ìlú ló láṣẹ ẹjẹ́ ló jẹun náà ìdí nìyí tó fi jẹ́ pé ẹ̀tọ́ ìlú là ń fowó ìlú ṣe nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ̀rí bí ní ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa ṣe ń jògèrè LAUTECH ti di tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé bíi 40 ló ti wẹ̀wọ̀ ọ̀tún pẹ̀lú àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tòun tòògùn àti irinṣẹ́ tó pójú owó iṣẹ́ sì ti fẹ́ẹ̀ parí pẹ̀lú lórí 100 míì jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ààbò tó dájú ohun amáyédẹrùn ní ìṣokùnfà ìdásílẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá láwùjọ òun náà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fi wà nípò kẹta nínú àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí ń pawó wọlé jùlọ lábẹ́lé nílẹ̀ wa ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ ló ti láǹfààní ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà ti gbàlódé táṣeyọrí yìí ó sì jẹ́ kó ń jẹ́ sùn wá bọ̀ láìpẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àtòṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ń gbowó wọn lásìkò pápá àṣírí Adámàsìngbà àtàwọn inú ojú pópó tí ń sòrú dọ̀sán ńkọ́ àwọn ìlú ti sọ pásì ìwádùn níṣèjọba yìí fi ń mọrírì gbogbo àwọn aláṣẹ gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ló ń sọ fún wa pé pẹ̀lú ìṣọ̀kan wa oòrùn tó kù lókè yìí ó táṣọ ọgbẹ.
iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àṣà ohun ìrìn àjò afẹ́ tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
A lovely morning to you out there, and thank you for still staying tuned to Aloore Radio, transmitting on from the GSM Studio, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Agodi Secretariat, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. It's nice to know that you are still joining us on our Facebook on www.facebook.com/Aloore Radio, on our YouTube at Aloore Radio. And today, the Thursday, 7th of July 2022, I have with me the Nigerian Tribune. My name is Aboyede Ojo, and with me is
Agumbeade Ajura Gbemi. Here with me, I have the Nation's newspaper.
Okay, let me take this burning story from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune concerning the Kuje prison attack. ISWAP claims responsibility. 64 Boko Haram members escape.
I have the twin story here that says Kuje prison, 64 Boko Haram suspects escape after attack.
Also, terrorists threaten to start killing kidnapped Abuja Kaduna train passengers.
I also have something similar to that says abductors again threaten to kill train attack victims.
And also on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, it says APC delegates ask COC to stop Masari's replacement as Tinubu's running mate.
Bakindo was a national asset, Buhari mourns.
And also on the front page, I have in Oyo State concerning impeachment, says Oyo Assembly directs Chief Judge to set up probe panel on deputy governor.
I have here, it says, I will make a difference, says Umana.
Also, court orders NIMC to supply David Ukom biodata to AGF for onward transmission to UK court.
Here I have federal government. Petrol scarcity will linger until food deregulation.
And also in Nigerian Tribune on page 14, it says UCH offers open heart surgery to 17-month-old boy, 9 others.
I have here on politics that says PDP candidates absent at debate.
Also concerning on health issues here, UI lecturers develop app for treating diabetes in pregnancy.
I have here vote buying won't determine outcome, says APP candidate.
On the page 17 of the Nigerian Tribune, it says students threaten to shut down economy, issue 14-day ultimatum to federal government.
Adeleke promises council autonomy. That's on page 28 of the Nigerian Nation.
And on page 16 of Nigerian Tribune, it says again, peace effort on Osun PDP suffers setback.
On page 3, I have prison breaks, attacks in Nigeria.
Also on the Nigerian Tribune on page 19, it says NUT lauds or your government for reinstating 129 sacked teachers.
I have here on page 5, it says Ekwere Madu court orders AGF to transmit Ukpo's biodata to UK.
And on that note, we'll quickly go on a short break, and when we return, we'll be bringing you details from the dailies.
lóòótọ́ àlùkà wà ní ẹrù olódùmarè ni ló fi jẹ́ pé àlùkà wà ní téèyàn bá ṣe lórí òdodo olódùmarè tó lẹ́rù náà ní bá ní gbé àgbẹ́kẹ̀lé ìṣèjọba omi tuntun tí ń bẹ nípìnlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ èyí tí gómìnà ṣèyí mákindé ń darí nìyí ló fi jẹ́ ọgbà tí ìṣèjọba yìí ti gorí àlééfà ló ti gbé ìlànà ìṣèjọba olóko mẹ́rin kalẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ ìwòsàn ọ̀fẹ́ ìgbélárugẹ ọrọ̀ ajé ohun ààbò tó gbópọn lára àṣeyọrí ìlànà yìí ní gbígba iléèwé gíga yunifásitì lautech fúnpìnlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ owó ìrànwọ́ fáwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọmọ òfin àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gbàwé ọ̀fẹ́ ó sì tún gbolùkọ́ síṣẹ́ ìwòsàn ọ̀fẹ́ ní tìbútòrò òpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ nípa kíkọ́ ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé sí wọ́ọ̀dù tó dín ní 300 níye àtúnṣe àwọn ilé ìwòsàn tó ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀ òun ilé ìwòsàn alágbèéká kọ́rọ̀ ajé ìpínlẹ̀ wa lè rú gọ́gọ́ sí a ṣàtúnṣe àwọn ọ̀nà tó ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀ a sì tún la tuntun ìsẹ́yìn sọ́yọ́ ìsẹ́yìn sógbòmọ̀ṣọ́ ìsẹ́yìn sókèèwò ṣakí sọ́gbọ̀rọ̀ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ìgbélárugẹ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ òun ní ojú pópó tó mọ́lẹ̀ rókoṣo ẹ̀tọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àtòṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ò sì tẹ̀tì ààbò sì dúró ore nípìnlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ báwọn ọdẹ onípàkúté ò tiẹ̀ sí mi pàkúté wọn ń dìdẹ olódùmarè tó lẹ́rù ń bá ìṣàkóso ìgbẹ́rù rẹ̀ gómìnà ṣèyí mákindé wá ń dúpẹ́ fún àtìlẹ́yìn gbogbo wa nípìnlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ lágbára olódùmarè ibi re lòkè yìí ń gbé wá rè ibi re.
iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àṣà ohun ìrìn àjò afẹ́ tìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
Welcome back to the newspaper review on Aloore Radio, transmitting from the GSM studio, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Agodi Secretariat here in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. And with me, as I said earlier, I have the Nigerian Tribune, and I will want to take this story that is burning in Nigeria at the moment. It says 5 killed, 443 inmates at large as gunmen attack Kuje prison. The Kuje Medium Security Custodial Center came under attack with explosive devices on Tuesday night by suspected terrorists who succeeded in freeing about 879 inmates, including Boko Haram members held in the center. It was gathered that the attack, which began at exactly 10:26 p.m., threw the entire area council into confusion as residents ran into different directions for safety. An eyewitness said, and I quote, "The first explosion, a high-capacity bomb, went off at about 10:27 p.m. and was followed by second and third blasts and sporadic gunshots that left residents scrambling for safety." For full details of that story, you can turn to page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. 5 killed, 443 inmates at large as gunmen attack Kuje prison.
I have the twin story here on page 4 of the Nigerian Nation. It says, how Kali ordered the deployment of the explosives. Pardon me. Alkali ordered the deployment of the explosives ordnance disposal (EOD) unit. Pardon me, I'll take that again. Alkali ordered the deployment of the explosives ordnance disposal (EOD) units, forensic experts and other special forces to the center, Police spokesman Muyiwa Adejobi said all relevant security agencies were working to unravel the circumstances surrounding the breach. Former Minister of Interior Local LT General Abdurrahman Dambazwa said last night on television that many of the Boko Haram commanders in the facility had been there for 10 years. He added that he was told that those men were undergoing radicalization being coordinated by the Office of the National Security Advisor (NSA). General Dambazwa insisted that the people must be held accountable for the attack. He accused the security agencies of working at cross purposes, claiming that since there was an intelligence report of an intending attack on the facility, it should be foiled. It occurred on the same day President Muhammadu Buhari's advanced security team was attacked in Katsina. You can turn to page 4 for more of this story.
And still on terrorist attack in Nigeria, I want to take this story from page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune, which says Abuja Kaduna train terrorists threaten to start killing victims. Terrorists of the Ansaru group who attacked the Abuja Kaduna train on March 28 and abducted over 60 passengers have again threatened to kill the remaining 50 passengers in their captivity. The lead negotiator Tuko Mamu had raised the alarm, advising the federal government to act fast to secure the release of the remaining abducted train passengers as the situation is becoming tense. However, in an audio currently in circulation, the group threatened to kill the victims on Wednesday because the government had failed to release members who are in various prisons across the country. Confirming the audio to the newsman, Mamo said the audio is real and that the group had fixed Wednesday to carry out their threat. For details of that story, I'm believing sincerely that those that are should rise up to the occasion of what is actually happening and should please do the needful. We wouldn't want to lose all the Nigerians in captivity. I pray for the safety of those that are in captivity that they will soon get their release. For details of that story, terrorists threaten to start killing victims. Please turn to page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Still on page 4 of the Nations, I have a story on politics which says dental candidate of Labour Party LP Peter Obi decried the high petroleum subsidy being paid by the government, saying it was a scam. Fielding questions from reporters after the Federal Executive Council FAC meeting, Silva said the scarcity of fuel in Abuja, Lagos, and some parts of the country was not due to supply but cost related. His words, frankly, it is not a supply issue, as you can also confirm, so it's from us. So it's not from us. But you know, when you have an arbitrage opportunity, people will tend to take advantage of it. These are some of the fallouts of the subsidy regime. If you look at it, there are no queues when you leave Abuja in most places. Only in the Abuja metropolis you continue to have these queues. So, is it that there is less supply to Abuja than to the rest of the country? It is not so. It is because if you go out of Abuja, they can afford to probably sell at a higher price. You can get more of this story on page 4 of the Nations.
And on politics, on page 15 of the Nigerian Tribune, it says APC delegates ask court to stop Masari's replacement as Tinubu's running mate. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has been asked to stop the All Progressive Congress APC from replacing Kabiru Masari as the running mate to the party's presidential candidate, Senator Bola Tinubu. Shortly after Tinubu emerged as the APC standard bearer, the party submitted Masari's name to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, as the running mate for the meantime. However, two chieftains of the party and delegates in the just concluded APC Presidential Convention, Zakari Maigari and Zubainat Mohammed, approached the court to stop INEC from accepting a change of running mate from the APC. For details of APC delegates asked called to stop Mazari's replacement as Tinubu's running mate, please turn to page 15 of the Nigerian Tribune.
I have a rather sad one here, which says robbers attack NYSC lodge, rape members in Akwa Ibom. Hoodlums on Tuesday night attacked the National Youth Service Corps NYSC lodge in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. The nation learned that the hoodlums robbed and raped the female lodgers. The gunmen, who came on tricycle around 1 p.m., carted away laptops, cell phones, and cash, it was said. Some of the corps members who spoke with journalists yesterday lamented that there was no help anywhere during the attack, despite the lodgers' cry for help. One of the corps members, identified as Emeka Emmanuel, said they arrived on a tricycle and immediately started operation. They banged on every door with a heavy iron and threatened to shoot us if we failed to cooperate. For more of this story, you can turn to page 6 of The Nation.
And also on page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune, from this story is coming from Lagos, says 2 female passengers die as boat sinks in Lagos waters. 2 female passengers of the 20-seater boat which departed Ipakodo ferry terminal in Ikorodu, Lagos State early Wednesday morning have been confirmed dead after the boat capsized almost immediately after takeoff. According to a statement signed by the General Manager, Lagos State Waterways Authority, Oluwadamilola Emmanuel, on Wednesday, 15 occupants of the capsized boat were, however, rescued alive. According to the last word statement, and I quote, at about 7:45 a.m. today, July 6th, a 20-passenger ferry boat carrying 17 passengers named R and N2 suddenly capsized not more than 200 meters from the terminal after it departed the Ipakodo ferry terminal in the Ikorodu area of Lagos. For details of that story, turn to page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune.
I have here with me the twin story of what you just read, and it says 2 persons were yesterday confirmed dead and 15 others rescued after a passenger boat capsized at Ikorodu. The boat with the inscription R and N2 said to have submerged around 7:45 a.m. just 200 meters from Ipakodo terminal. There were 17 persons on board. The 20-passenger boat, it was said, ruling out overloading as cause of capsize. The Lagos State Waterways Authority (LASWA) and the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency (LASEMA) confirmed the incident in statements made available to reporters. For more of this story, turn to page 6 of the Nation newspaper.
And let me take the stories from our president here in Nigeria on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune concerning cabinet reshuffle. Says Buhari swears in 7 new ministers. President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday swore into office 7 newly appointed ministers that were recently confirmed by the Senate. He administered the oath of office on them before the commencement of the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. For details of that story, you can turn to page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. And before I leave the page, that same page in the Nigerian Tribune, let me quickly take this story. Still on our president here, President Muhammadu Buhari says Buhari departs for Senegal to attend International Development Summit. President Muhammadu Buhari departed Abuja on Wednesday to participate in the International Development Association for Africa Summit in Dakar, Senegal. A statement issued by Femi Additional, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, announcing the trip, explained that the focus of the summit is to seek a resilient recovery for countries hit by the global crisis of climate and COVID-19, growing levels of insecurity, and more recently, the impact of the war in Ukraine. For details of the story, please turn to page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune.
I have here with me on education. Excitement in universities over possible strike call off. My only saving grace is the puff and donuts that people in the park and passerby buy from me. It is what kept me. This strike has made my life miserable. If they end it, I will be happy, she said. A mini supermarket owner on campus, Celestia Woruko, said she could not wait anymore for ASUU to call off the strike. He said the absence of the students on campus has made sales slow, though it has its advantages like in reduction of crime rates, accidents and other incidents. It has affected my business negatively. Calling off the strike will be the best thing to happen because, sadly, students across the country have lost so much. Businesses of all kinds, transportation, houses, stationery, eating points, supermarkets, salons have lost so much. If they return, it will be a win-win situation for us all. For more of this story, turn to page 15 of The Nation.
And let me take this story from the page 14 of the Nigerian Tribune on health issues. It says UCH offers open heart surgery to 17-month-old boy, 9 others. Against the backdrop of its mandate in research, training and services, the University College Hospital, UCH Ibadan, in collaboration with Helen Little Heart, a UK-based charity that provides free heart surgeries for babies and children, performed open heart surgery on a 17-month-old boy on Monday with a plan to have another 9 other cases done the subsequent days. The 17-month-old boy, the second child of his parent based in Abuja, was diagnosed at birth to have tetralogy of Fallot, one of the most common congenital heart disorders. The birth defect affects normal blood flow out of the heart and into the rest of the body. That's an achievement. We will say kudos to doctors here in Oyo State, the University College Hospital, UCH, and we'll say kudos to the medical personnel also working alongside. We pray that their wisdom will continue to increase. UCH offers open heart surgery to 17-month-old boy, 9 others. Before you go on, let me quickly take this other story also, which says UI lecturer develop app for treating diabetes in pregnancy. University of Ibadan UI Dons have developed an artificial intelligence mobile application that screens, tracks, and offers treatment for gestational diabetes mellitus (GDM) using tests based on global standards and localized lifestyle modification solutions, including diet and physical exercise. The mobile application, developed with a grant from the Embassy of France and Nigeria Solidarity Fund for Innovative Project (FSPI), is about to be tested in the Ibadan metropolis, and it is to support the self-management of gestational diabetes. Another kudos. For details of that story, turn to page 14 of the Nigerian Tribune.
I have here impeachment or your deputy governor knows faith, July 26. Justice Ladiran Akitola of the Oyo State High Court Ibadan has fixed July 26 to deliver judgment on the impeachment suit brought before it by Deputy Governor Rauf Olaniyan. The court fixed the date after hearing counsels involved on the originating summons and interlocutory injunctions on propriety of an impeachment proceedings embarked upon by the House of Assembly. Can get more of this story on page 27 of The Nation.
And before we round off this day's daily newspaper review, I would quickly want to take the story coming from Oyo State here in Nigeria. It says NUT lauds Oyo government for reinstating 129 SAP teachers. The Nigerian Union of Teachers, NUT Oyo State Wing, has lauded the executive governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, for his human-oriented and purposeful leadership, stating that his principle of leadership is consistently based on the principle of logic of service to humanity. The reflection of this, according to the union, had been demonstrated through the vacation of the old order of 6-year promotion waiting period of teachers in the public-private schools, the practice which is noted had been in existence for the past 26 years. And on that note, we've come to the end of the newspaper review for today, Thursday, 7th July 2022. My name again is Aboyediojo. Thank you for being there, and thank you for still staying tuned to Aloore Radio. you.